All right. Let's wait a minute or two, see if anybody comes in here. All right. So, welcome to another episode of the Abundant Will podcast. I just wanted to come on here. It'll probably be a quick episode, or at least fairly quick episode, because I don't really have the topic or anything, and I just kind of want to explain myself of what happened last week, because I know I said I was going to go live a couple times and I never did, but I had a lot going on. So after surgery and stuff, when we're at home, for me, I was I'm the recipient, so I have to do quite a bit more testing and checking my blood work and stuff more than Jill. I have to do that 3 times a week, and ever since last Friday, I also have had to drive up to Northwestern and actually see the doctors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a lot, and I'm to the stage in the recovery process where I'm starting to feel pretty good. I got all my staples out and stuff now, and it's like I don't really want to like sit on the couch or sit anywhere. I want to get up and do something, but as soon as I get up and start moving, the first thing I want to do is go sit back down. It's just like one of those weird stages. And then not only that, I need a real ID. So I got my registration. I did that online, and then I'm looking up what you need for the real ID, and it's like an original birth certificate, a social security card, um, like proof of your residence. So I guess an electric bill or a credit card bill or something like that. But it's quite a lot. And then the other thing is like anytime that you try and set up an appointment, it says no appointment on any one of them, and if you get an appointment, it's like 4 weeks out and stuff like that. But anyway, so I need a real ID, and last week I'm looking through all of our paperwork. We have a box of paperwork that we have for when we went through the custody battle stuff with Kai. I mean, the thing is probably 8 to 10 inches thick, and there's just papers, all kind, anything you could think of relating to that in there. So I searched through that. I didn't find a birth certificate or a social security. And then I went through some other stuff. I didn't. I couldn't find it. And sometimes, what I do is if I find something important or I know it's something that I'll need later, I'll be like, oh, here's a good spot for it. I'll put it right here. I know I'll remember this, and I'll put it there, and then I'll end up forgetting. So I don't know. I checked all of the spots, everything. I couldn't find it, man. I was searching for it all week, and I think it was last Friday. My parents left, and so they're back at their place. So I texted my mom and I said, "Are you sure that you don't have any kind of birth certificate or anything like that?" And she's like, "Do I have to search right now?" I'm like, "No, I mean, but just whenever you get a chance, if you could look." And then she sent me a couple pictures, and the pictures were um, live live birth certificate, okay, and then it was like the adoption paperwork because my dad's not my real dad, but I call him dad. I've known him my whole life, so. But yeah, so she had that and the certificate of live birth. So I'm like, can you please send that to me? And then all I had to find was my social, and I'm searching everywhere for that. And I thought that I had put it in my underwear drawer. So I took the whole drawer out, and in there I have like, I don't know, maybe 10 or so like drawings or like happy birthday stuff from my daughter when she was little and drew it for me and stuff like that, and I have it like all folded up in the corner, and I'm looking, I don't see it anywhere, and I'm unfolding every paper and I'm like, oh my god, where is it? And on the last paper that I unfolded, it was in there. So so I'm like, sweet. So I got my social security and my birth certificate, and I am good to go. But the reason that I say all that is because so I need the real ID so I could get my passport. Now, if you have been following along since episode 1, or even I think I've mentioned it a couple times, but if you've been following along for a little while now, you probably heard me say it. But what did I say that my version of abundance would be, right? Well, first I said, and this was why that I decided to do this podcast, because I wanted to tell you guys exactly what I was going to do and what I wanted to achieve, and then do it right in front of you. So you could see that what I'm saying works. Okay. And so if anybody remembers what I said the first thing that I want to do or manifest is a kidney. Okay, so got that. The next thing would be um, um, buying like some acreage out there in Kentucky, or traveling to all the ancient sites around the world, right? And so on the 9th, February 9th, it was my birthday. And I think, yeah, I think we did it on that day, or maybe the day before, because it was the Super Bowl or something. I remember, yeah. So we did it the day before, and when I opened one of the gifts that Jill and Kyla got me, it was a guide to Machu Picchu. So I'm like, sweet. So boom, there we go. We're going to Machu Picchu. And so what I got to do is tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to drive to Ottawa, because Ottawa doesn't have any appointments scheduled as far as I could tell. I mean, I might get there and they might tell me I have to schedule one, but as far as I could tell, they don't have any. appointment. So I'm hoping I could just walk in there and get my real ID. Now, and so these things are happening, and I think they're happening because um, I, I'm doing my best to live with love, light, and truth in my heart and be grateful and walk around like that every moment of every day and bring that into every situation that I'm placed in and every person that I meet. And any chance I get to help somebody, I do. But I want you to understand, look, it took me six six years to get here, man. It takes work, and I know I keep telling you guys this, but it just it does. So I hope if you have been following along that that you're reading, expanding your mind, learning something new, and that you are doing your affirmations and meditating. And like I said, another real good thing is whatever your version for abundance is, write it down like it's done, it's completed, it's already there, and read it every single day, because if you don't believe it, or read it a couple times a day, because if you don't believe it at first, eventually you will if you continue to read it. And the reason that that I say that we like, you have to do all these things, or else it's just it's it's not going to work for you, because um like I said um in one of the previous episodes, you have to almost like brainwash yourself, right? And what I mean by that is every time you learn something new, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. And that's why it's hard to do, because the pathways that you've created and the life that you've been living is in such a repetition, like you could probably sleepwalk through it and do what you need to do on a daily basis because you're just so used to doing it, right? And that's what we have to break out of. And we have to create new neural pathways by reading and meditating and getting to know yourself. If you want this to work, you're going to have to do kind of like a personal inventory of your life, and like whatever traumas you have, you have to get rid of all that. Okay. And like I said, I mean, speaking of trauma, dude, I've had nothing but trauma in my life, and it is hard to deal with. I mean, for me, it took a long time for me to be able to like walk in a hospital and not like just have so many negative thoughts and feelings of like, oh man, they're going to keep me, just because they've done that so many times in the past. But I would just go through it in my head, and I would be terrified to go to the hospital. So you you have to get rid of all that in your life. Any kind of trauma, any kind of drama, if there's problems at home, in the relationship, whatever, you're gonna have to fix it, especially if you're a man with children, dude. You're the man of the house. You're the president of the family. Everybody leans and looks up to you. So be the one who brings truth, light, and love into their lives, right? And be patient and be understanding and all this stuff. And this is why I keep telling you guys that it takes work and it takes time, because you could start your day off and say, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna walk around feeling like with love, and I'm gonna be thinking about like whatever your end goal for abundance is, that's what you want to think about, and that's what you want to feel if you want to attract it. And you're not going to be able to do that, and it's going to take time because you have to break the old patterns and create new ones. And the new ones that you have to create are reading and meditating, affirmations, and helping others, dude. Uh, that that's it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, man. Everything seems to be working out for me. I don't know how or why. It's like every time I go to the mailbox, there's another check in there. I mean, I don't understand it. It's crazy, but this this is what it is, man. I'm just walking in abundance. I'm living in abundance. I know that I deserve abundance and that there's enough abundance for everybody. And you know, if we all can live in love, light, and truth, and love each other, man, I'm telling you, it would be a different world, and we can get there, and I believe we can, and I believe everybody wants this. They they don't know how to go about it. Sometimes it's an environmental thing, and sometimes it's just people compromising their principles, But but yeah, so this is what I'm saying, folks. It takes work, and it takes a while. It takes a long time. I mean, I would go. I would think. I'd say probably, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. I was thinking that I'm walking around in abundance. I'm staying conscious, this, that, and the next thing, but I wasn't. I mean, I was conscious for a little bit, and then I get to doing something, talking to somebody, and then I forget, and then I'm off track, and and then I'm worrying about dumb stuff, right? Living in lack, worrying about bills, or how much money's in the bank, or this, that, the next thing. That's all just giving out lack, and you don't want to do that, because you want to be fully confident in who you are, and the power within you. And I'm telling you, uh, if you go as you go down this journey of getting to know yourself, and reading, and just gaining more knowledge and stuff like that. I mean, it it's it takes time, but it's definitely worth it. And it will eventually change your whole perspective on things. And then also, I mean, there's like no problems, man. And even if there is a problem, I don't freak out about it. I mean, because I know everything's going to be all right. And so I just want to encourage people, or dude, comment or say something if you've been reading or meditating or writing down affirmations, anything. Just let people know where you're at. Let me know where you're at. I'll let you know where I'm at. I mean, we got to start, getting a little more interaction around here and things like that. And I apologize about the last week and a half. That was on me. It was my fault. I think I bit off a little more than I could chew. I thought I was a little more ready than I was, because I still sore. I mean, I'm moving around. I'm actually driving a little bit now, so that's good. Finally got my truck fixed, so I could finally drive that again now. Um, so yeah. But anyway, what I wanted to say was this week coming up, I wanted to start getting into the Hermetic principles a little bit, okay? Because these are good, and this is important stuff, all right? And this might be 1 to 2, possibly 3 episodes, possibly. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what we get into, but it's the 7 Hermetic principles, okay? And here they are. The first one is mentalism. All is mind. The universe is mental. Okay? Everything is up here, man. Everything is in your head. I mean, if you think about it, everything is in your head. I mean, you touch, taste, smell, everything with your 5 senses, and your brain figures out what's going on, and puts a projection out. So it's all mind. Correspondence, as above, so below. Vibration, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Polarity, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has pair of opposites. Rhythm, everything flows. Out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise, all things fall. Cause and effect, every cause has an effect. The effect has its cause. Everything happens according to the law. And then gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. If you guys want to get this book on your own and read it, it's the Kybabylon Hermetic Philosophy. If you guys have heard of Hermes Trismegisto, or Thoth, or you know, one of the million names that he goes by. So yeah, so that's what I got coming up next week. And like I said, I apologize for last week, and now I am going to take the action steps that are needed to be taken, which is go to the DMV, get my real ID, and then go to the post office and get my passport. And we're all going as a family down there to Machu Picchu, man. And I am pumped. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. And then we'll figure out somewhere else to go. Or maybe in between then we might buy a place in Kentucky. I don't know. But things are happening, things are moving. Life is good. Life is great. I hope everybody else is doing wonderful and walking and living in abundance to the best of their ability. So, all right. All right, guys. I just wanted to come on here real quick and explain myself for last week and just kind of, I don't know, just give a little recap or kind of like, see what's going on out there as you guys watch this. Like I said, please, if you don't mind, man, comment. Let us know where you're at, man. If you've been reading or meditating or doing affirmations or anything, please um, make a comment, man, so we could get some interaction here and stuff like that. And yeah, I hope everybody walks and lives in abundance. And I will see you this week, probably, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday. And if you like what you hear, man, please like and subscribe. All right. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and I will see you next week. All right. Thanks.